Hi viewers, Jai Hind. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has embarked on one of his longest diplomatic visits in 11 years. In 8 days, he is going to 5 countries, Ghana and Namibia in West Africa, and Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Argentina and Brazil in Latin America. Prime Minister's first destination is Ghana from July 2nd to 3rd, 2025. This is the first ever bilateral visit to Ghana in 30 years. Ghana is one of the fastest growing economies in West Asia. India is among the top trading partners of Ghana. There is a $3,137.29 of bilateral trade between India and Ghana. India imports gold, which accounts for over 70% of the total imports from Ghana. India is also the top investors in Ghana, with Indian companies making significant investments in many sectors like agriculture, manufacturing, construction, education, pharmaceutical, information and communication technology, and automotive. India also supports many development projects in Ghana through concessional lines of credit and grants, rural electrification, railway and road projects, and establishment of various training institutes. During COVID, India provided 50,000 vaccines as grant, followed by 1 million made in India Covishield vaccines. About 15,000 Indians live in Ghana. After Ghana, on 3rd and 4th July, the Prime Minister will visit Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago is home to the largest Indian origin communities in the Caribbean, which is about 40 to 45% of the country's population. The year 2025 marks the 180th anniversary of the arrival of the first Indian immigrants in Trinidad and Tobago. The Prime Minister's visit will serve as a tribute to this shared history and heritage. Trinidad and Tobago is the first country in the Caribbean region to accept the implementation of India's UPI platform project. India provided new agro-machinery for food storage to Trinidad and Tobago. India also sent vaccines to Trinidad and Tobago during COVID. This is the second visit of Prime Minister Modi to the Caribbean region in a span of 8 months, which shows India's commitment as a development partner of the Global South and trusted friend of the Caribbean. Prime Minister Modi is also expected to address the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago. From Trinidad and Tobago, the Prime Minister would go to Argentina. He will be there on 4th and 5th July. This is the first bilateral trip by an Indian Prime Minister in 57 years. Argentina is undergoing sweeping economic reforms, mirroring India's own liberalization path, and sees India as a key partner in sectors ranging from mining and digital technology to defense and nuclear energy. In 2019, both the countries had elevated their relationships to strategic partnership. India has investments of about $1.2 billion in Argentina, and Argentina has investments of $120 million in India. Key areas of discussion are likely to be economic, defense, critical minerals, oil and gas, nuclear energy, agriculture, science and technology. Prime Minister Modi also mentioned in his Mann Ki Baat about Ada Albrecht and her work as founder of Hastinapur Foundation. Hastinapur Foundation promotes Indian Vedic traditions and offers courses ranging from yoga and spiritual philosophy to classical music. From Argentina, the Prime Minister will go to Brazil. He will stop for 4 days in Brazil from July 5th to 8th to attend the BRICS summit, followed by Prime Minister's state visit to Brazil, which is the first state visit by any Prime Minister in 6 decades. During BRICS summit, Prime Minister Modi will exchange views on key global issues, including reforms of global governance, peace and security, strengthening multilateralism, artificial intelligence, climate change, and global health. Prime Minister will also hold bilateral talks with the leaders of various other countries on the sidelines. Prime Minister will travel to Brasilia for a bilateral state visit. Here, he will hold discussions with President Lula da Silva on the broadening of bilateral relationship. President Lula extended support against terrorism on May 8, 2025 during Operation Sindoor. Brazil is also our largest trading partner in South America. During 2024-25, bilateral trade between the two countries reached 12.20 billion US dollars. Several Indian companies are working in Brazil in sectors like pharma, automobile, and energy. Defense is also an important component of this visit. Both countries are developing AWACS aircraft. Brazil is showing particular interest in a range of Indian defense technologies, including secure battlefield communication systems, offshore patrol vessels (OPVs), Akash air defense system, Garuda artillery guns, coastal surveillance systems, and the Scorpion class submarine maintenance partnerships. Brazil's aerospace giant Embraer is also stepping up its Indian engagement across both civil and military aviation. Embraer, a Brazilian company, and Mahindra signed MOU to collaborate on the C-390 Millennium multi-mission transport aircraft. After 4 days BRICS summit and state visit of Brazil, the Prime Minister shall again go to West Africa and visit Namibia on 9th of July. Trade between India and Namibia has grown to 600 million US dollars. 8 cheetahs were translocated from Namibia to India, which were released by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on September 2022 at Kunu National Park in Madhya Pradesh. Indian naval ships are regularly paying goodwill visits to Namibia's port Walvis Bay, which signifies deepening bilateral cooperation in the defense sector. Teams from the Indian Army and Indian Air Force are deployed in Namibia to impart on-site training to Namibian defense personnel. Indian companies have invested in Namibia in mining, manufacturing, diamond processing and services sector. Our total investment is over 800 million US dollars. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address the joint session of the Namibian Parliament. Viewers, the visit to these 5 countries will reinforce the friendship across the global south, strengthen the partnership on both sides of the Atlantic. All these developments highlight India's growing presence in Latin America and Africa with potential implications for security, defense exports, and multilateral cooperation. Thank you. Hope to see you soon and talk about more such topics on national and international issues. Jai Hind.
व्यूअर्स, अगर आपको ये वीडियो अच्छा लगा और ऐसे और वीडियोस आप देखना चाहते हैं तो हमारे चैनल स्ट्रैटेजिक दर्शन को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए।